What's up, YouTube? Dylan here with Dylan's Home Espresso Bar, and today we are going to be making some Kopi coffee. So I just want to do a quick shout out to Mr. Thomas for sending me the coffee socks. I went ahead and purchased some things to use for today, so we are going to be using the coffee socks for today's recipe. I just picked up this big glass pitcher, so that was a good find. I'm using my glass server that I use for my V60, and I'm going to use this to kind of stir the coffee and the hot water together and then pour in here when I'm finished. I have my condensed milk. I have all of my coffee grounds already grinded up inside of this cup just to make it a little bit easier for today. And we are using a really dark coffee bean, which the recipe is best to use with really dark coffee. And we are using Grizzly Claw Kicking Horse coffee. So this is very dark and oily coffee here. So we are also using the sweetened and condensed milk. So I've never used this before, so it's going to be an experience for both of us. So right now we are using the Brewista. We have this set at 206 degrees Fahrenheit. So here's the recipe that we are going to be doing. So we have 40 grams of coffee grinded up in here already. We are going to add that to our server first, and then we are going to be adding 240 grams of water. And this is going to be a 1:6 ratio at 206 degrees Fahrenheit. We are going to wait 3 minutes. So as soon as we pour that hot water in there, we're going to give it a stir for about 10 seconds, and then we're going to let it sit for 3 minutes, and then we're going to stir one quick time at the very end, and then we are going to then pour that into our coffee sock and our container. And then after we are done with that, then we are going to go ahead and add our condensed milk to this recipe. So I'm going to get you guys set up so you guys get a good look. So if you guys are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. And here we go. All right, so what's up, Justin? Let me get you guys a good view. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and turn on our scale. Just gonna go ahead and move that over here. And then we're just gonna go ahead and start off by adding in our coffee grounds here. All right, so this is my first time making this, so let's hope that it goes well. So there is our coffee grinds. We're gonna go ahead and tare that. And like I said, we're gonna add, so we have our 40 grams of coffee in here, and then we're gonna add 240 grams of water. We're gonna stir right away, and then we are gonna go ahead and get started. So we're gonna go ahead and change this to the timer, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer. So we're gonna add 240 grams of water. All right, so a little over there. And then we're just gonna take our spoon and we are gonna stir for about 10 seconds here. So when it hits that 30-second mark, just wanna make sure all those coffee grounds are getting saturated here with water. All right, so now that we've added our 40 grams of coffee grounds with 240 grams of water, we are gonna wait now for about 3 minutes. So we're about a third of the way there. And then once we get done with this, this is gonna go into our server here. We're gonna dump that into our coffee socks. And pretty much it's just, this coffee sock is used to filter the coffee grounds that go into the coffee sock. So that way you're only getting the coffee, and then you are gonna add your condensed milk. So I'm gonna go ahead and run and get a glass here while we're waiting. So this is always the fun part, just waiting for the process of it to complete. But this is going to be pretty tasty. Especially, this is the first time I've ever had condensed milk. I tried it a little bit before we did this, and let me tell you, it was a bit weird texture. So I'm gonna go ahead and, while this is waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the coffee sock here. All right. So we just want to get that nice and hot. And then our server's getting nice and toasty as well. So then once this gets nice and warm, we're just going to dump that out. So I'm gonna go grab a pitcher for that. All right. It smells really good. All right, so we're at about 2 minutes and 26 seconds. All right, so the stock is pretty warm here. We're just gonna go ahead and dump that into our pitcher since we're not gonna use that. And then we're just gonna get it ready for the coffee. So now that we preheated that, should be pretty good now. So we're almost there. I'm gonna go ahead and give it another stir here. Just one last time. Just make sure everything's all nice and saturated in there. And now we are going to pour this into our coffee stock. So it looks like mud. I got a little messy over here. I tried going higher, but it's kind of hard to pour higher when you're using a server instead of. So we're just gonna let it drain here. So I'm not quite sure how long it's supposed to drain for, but I'm gonna let it keep draining for a second here until it's all drained into the server. So I'll see if there's any questions while we're waiting. Okay, so Mr. Thomas, if you're watching, please let me know. I'm pretty sure you just wait until this just kind of drains into the server itself. However, pretty excited. Looks like it's actually doing pretty well. This is definitely one of the most unique brewing methods I've ever tried. So it was, let's see that. What is coffee water ratio? So I am doing a 1:6 ratio, and right now it is 40 grams of coffee, and then we are doing 240 grams of water, and that is at 206 degrees Fahrenheit. So right now we're almost done here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this over to my pitcher. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of this server here. And then let's go ahead and dump it into the cup. So, I mean, it smells really good. So we'll see how it tastes. Bring you guys a little bit closer so you guys can see the actual server itself. All right. It smells extremely good. So let's see. So now we are going to add our condensed milk. I'm going to start with just a spoonful first, just so I can just kind of get the taste and see if I should add more, because I don't want to add too much to start, but we will see. Oh wow, that's really thick. All right. So yeah, if you guys never use condensed milk, I mean that's like really thick. It doesn't even want to come off with a spoon, it's so thick. All right, so we're just gonna incorporate that really quick, just stir it in a little bit more. But as you can see, I mean, the condensed milk is that thick to where it's not even coming off of the spoon for a second here. So I'm gonna get you guys back out here, and that way you guys can see me here for a second. let's see, top in some hot water or else your coffee will be super duper strong. All right, so I will add in a little bit more water. So I'll just add maybe just, there we go. Like I said, this is the first time I have ever tried this recipe, so pretty excited. It smells really good. I used to drink black coffee all the time. Just I've gotten away from darker roast for a little bit here because I've really enjoyed the medium roast. But my wife actually bought me this coffee for my birthday and I just haven't gotten around to using it. So pretty excited I was actually able to use this. I've just been spoiled with the medium roast coffee from Good Brothers, so I've just kind of been enjoying that. All right, so there we go. It's pretty much good there. Let's go ahead and put this. Cheers. That's really different. So it's not what I'm used to, but it's not bad at all. It's actually really good. I think the condensed milk, so when I try the condensed milk, it's very, hey honey, come here really quick. How would you describe this? I'm gonna have my wife tell you how she describes this condensed milk because it was just something I've never experienced in my life. And I think that's the kind of taste that I'm getting right now. Go ahead, try it. It's like an icing, isn't it?
Kind of tastes like pudding.
Okay, it tastes like pudding apparently, so.
Vanilla pudding.
Try this. You're not gonna like it. This is really strong, so I'm not sure if Kopi coffee is supposed to be extremely strong. Obviously it's,
You mean Kicking Horse?
No, it's called, the method's called Kopi coffee. Well, Kicking Horse, this is, so I'll show you guys the bean really quick. So this bean is extremely dark, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys, see if I can give you guys a good look. Oh. It's just, I'm just not used to extremely strong coffee, but this is, if you like strong coffee, you're gonna love this. So that's how dark this coffee bean is. It's extremely oily, but as you can see, there's just so many inconsistencies with this. I mean, you get smaller ones, you get beans like this that are just cracked. So if you guys can see that one's cracked, which the quality of the bean isn't the greatest.
I gave you some cracked beans?
But it's not bad. So I don't want to say it's a bad coffee, but it's just not what I'm used to. But
okay, just say it. You don't like it.
No, I love it. It's fantastic. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and try it again. I'm going to add a little bit more condensed milk because it is very, very strong. So we're going to see if that helps a little bit. I don't want to add too much because I'm on a diet, but we'll just try it out. I can't have too many sweets, so.
I'm on a diet too. You see it, you eat it.
Yeah, my wife's on the you see it, you eat it diet. She likes it. It's enjoyable. I have to watch her eat it, and I can't eat it. All right, so here we go. Cheers. Try it again. It's just so different. You know, I think this would be really good over vanilla ice cream. So I know it's supposed to be an affogato is like espresso, but this is kind of like a, I don't even know how would you describe that taste that you just had?
Which taste?
This one.
The coffee?
Yeah.
Like black coffee with a little bit of condensed milk.
Okay, so my wife doesn't like it at all. So if I'm going to be completely honest, it's definitely not what I'm used to. It's really good. I'm going to really play around with the coffee stocks. I want to do some cold brew as well. This was just really intriguing to me. I was watching Hoon's video and I saw him make it. It looks really good.
It's not that.
It's almost like if you go to the store and you get black coffee, but you add like just some kind of just original creamer to it. So it's got a little bit of sweetness to it. It's not completely like really bitter black coffee. So I think that's kind of the taste that I'm experiencing with this. If it's supposed to be different, let me know and I can change the recipe a little bit more for next time. I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the comments here to see. So let's see.
What are the comments?
Make an Americano with it. There's nothing like a live epic fail of taste. You should not dose the whole liquid, but you should make 2 cups instead. Reduce the strong coffee taste. Make an Americano with it. Ice it. She would describe it as gross. Love this type of coffee. I grew up with it. It's rich and bold. It's definitely bold. It's definitely one of the most.
Got that right.
Yeah.
It's bold.
It's hard to describe. I had the same thought.
It's like
yeah.
It's
Yin
bold.
yang in a cup. How fine is the grind? So we used a pretty fine grind setting here. Can you read some of the comments for me?
Yeah.
So we used some. We used on the Breville. I used the Breville Smart Grinder Pro. I used it on grind setting 9. So when I brew any kind of espresso, I'm normally on. I find myself being at around 5 or 6 with the Smart Grinder Pro. So I went a little bit coarser than I would normally with espresso, but it's still extremely fine. But yeah, like Linda said, she had the same thought when she tried it. It's especially when you use, I wonder how this would taste with a medium roast. So Mr. Thomas, I know you're on. Have you experienced this with a medium roast, or is it just supposed to be made for dark roast coffee? Because I think I'm so used to the medium roasted coffee that when you add dark roast into it, it just, like he said, it's very bold with a little bit of sweetness. So it's kind of, the condensed milk definitely helps weaken the strong coffee taste, but it's just a little bit on the, I think I'm gonna gain more hair when I get done with this video because this coffee's so strong.
There you go.
Any more comments?
Nope.
Did you scroll it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is the Kopi coffee sock recipe. Again, just to kind of recap, we use 40 grams of pretty finely grounded coffee. I already did that before we went on live to save some time. We are using the Grizzly Claw Dark Roast Kicking Horse coffee. We used our V60 server. So we first originally just put our 40 grams of grinded up coffee into the server. We added our 240 grams of 206 degrees Fahrenheit water, and then we stirred it for 10 seconds. Once we finished stirring that for 10 seconds, we let that sit for 3 minutes, and right at the end of that 3 minutes, we then went ahead and stirred that up just a little bit more just to make sure all those grinds were completely saturated with water. And then we went ahead and preheated our coffee stock. Definitely have to preheat that. I almost forgot that step. But thankfully, Mr. Thomas reminded me. But yes, you always want to make sure you preheat that coffee stock so that way you're not dumping into something cold. Once we got done, it pretty much caught all of the coffee grinds into the coffee stock. And then we added 2 teaspoons of condensed milk. Now, this step is kind of up to you. If you guys like a more bold tasting coffee, I would definitely go maybe just 1 teaspoon. If you guys like a little sweeter of a cup, then you could add probably 2 to 3. I would say that even adding some caramel would make this a little bit better. I think it would kind of compensate for the boldness that you get from the dark roasted coffee. But overall, I would definitely keep playing around with this recipe. I think that it could definitely be tweaked a little bit more. I think that it would be really good if you put this over ice on a nice hot day. I can't really explain to you what that means because we've had about 50-degree weather for the last like 8 months, it feels like. So yeah, so when it gets nice and hot outside, then we'll go ahead and make some more iced coffees. And iced caramel macchiatos are my favorite. So yeah, is there any more comments?
Yep. You have a few.
All right.
Tesla Talk said, make a good dessert with that condensed milk. Don't waste it on coffee.
Yeah, so there's actually a recipe on the back of this. Frozen key lime pie makes 12 servings. So I'm not a big fan of key lime pie, so we're gonna have to figure out something else. So Yeah, so we'll make something out of this. Maybe we'll try to, yeah, we'll Pinterest it, and I'll go on live and show you guys a recipe with condensed milk because I don't want to waste this. But I would say that it's definitely going to be good in a different recipe like a cold brew. So, any other questions?
Yep. Linda said, or not questions, but Linda said, yeah, I stored evaporated milk and condensed milk extras in fridge. It'll take me a while to use it up. And then Morgan said, it's great to make homemade ice cream. Ooh,
Ooh.
that would be fun.
Yeah, we'll definitely look into that.
Oh, yeah, I think I knew that because I think I've made homemade ice cream a long time ago when I was a kid.
My wife's dancing in the back of the camera. She's like, oh, yeah. She's getting really excited, so that's good. I'm glad.
Mr. Thomas said, split the brood into 2 cups instead of filling 1 full cup.
Okay, so yeah, that'd probably be a little bit better. So instead of pouring the whole server that we just got into 1 cup, put that into 2 cups and then dilute the 2 cups separately so you get more water dilution into the cup. That's definitely going to help with the boldness of the coffee. But like I said, if you guys really like bold coffee, then this is the perfect recipe for you guys. I think I may try this again, but make it maybe like a 1:8 or a 1:9, maybe even a 1:10 ratio, just so we get a little bit less of that boldness. Because like I said, I haven't had black coffee in, or I haven't had a dark roast coffee in quite a bit. So.
Linda said super high happening for Brittany. And then Morgan said, we're from Georgia. Can hook you up with some recipes that are bad for you. Heck yeah, hook me up.
Yeah, hook my wife up. She wants it.
I want some, what is it?
Some bad food.
Bad for you recipes. I was going to say bad recipes. I don't want bad recipes. I want delicious ones.
Geez. So I do want to say thank you to, let's see, I can't see. So someone actually donated to the channel, $4.99. So thank you guys so much. So Morgan Wally. So thank you so much to Morgan for doing that. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, anything I make from my YouTube live, anything I make from YouTube just in general, it's all going to go back into the channel, buying different coffee gear, because I think it's really important this is kind of like a business that I want to try to start with my coffee trailer and stuff. So every penny that I make is going to go straight back into the business, and I'm hoping to have enough money to eventually open up my coffee trailer, but it is just me going to be working on it, so it is going to take some time. I was hoping it was going to be done by this year, but definitely not going to happen just with me just working on it, but it'll get there eventually, and I'm hoping to kind of turn this one. I'm really looking into getting a lever machine. I know like the Lillet Bianca is kind of like a lever machine. It's got the flow control, which is something that would be really nice to have. But I'm looking more towards like the traditional lever, like the La Pavoni, but more into a dual boiler espresso machine. So I think that this room is going to be good for the lever machine. I'd love to show you guys a lever machine because they say the extractions you get on a lever machine is way different than you can get from an actual just like a regular standard, like the Linea Mini, the dual boiler, and the Barista Express. So again, thank you to Morgan for sending me that as well.
We appreciate all you guys.
Any more questions?
Linda said, hope to support you and him soon as well. Keep up the good work.
Thank you guys so much. So I'm kind of stuck. Let me know in the comments. I am kind of stuck between doing edited videos and lives. So if you guys like lives, I will plan on doing 2 lives a week and 2 edited videos a week, or 3 edited videos a week and 1 live. So I'm kind of juggling which one is going to help because I do love and support my subscribers. I don't gain as many subscribers when I go live, but again, that's just giving back to you. And like I always say, and I'm going to preach, my subscribers mean everything to me. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing all this. And so yeah, that's why I really love lives, because it gives us a chance to kind of just talk with each other. With edited videos, it's more polished, so it takes a little bit more time. It reaches more people in the world. However, I can't really communicate with people unless they just talk in a chat, and that's not something that I extremely love. I would love to more so be able to communicate with you guys live like this.
Justin said Flair versus Linear Mini.
All right, yeah, so I got my Flair here. So we will definitely be doing our comparison with the Flair and the Linea Mini soon. Right now I'm working on the Breville Barista Express and the Linea Mini. So which espresso machine is best for the value, $700 versus $5,000 to $6,000 machine. So that one is hopefully going to be edited and submitted by Friday. However, it is a pretty big video of editing, so it is taking me quite some time. I'm still getting used to all of the different tools that it takes to edit, but I'm hopefully going to be able to give that to you guys by the end of this week. So.
Morgan said, I like the live, but your edited ones are great too. Excellent teaching content from you. And Linda said, to be honest, I prefer lives, but edited ones are great when I need to go back and try something I'm doing.
Awesome. So again, if you guys, just like Linda said, the edited versions are a lot more helpful when she has to go back and learn or just reteach herself a recipe that one of us content creators make, or we find and we give to you guys. But yes, lives are a lot more fun. I totally agree with you, because we can just kind of go back and forth and be able to just kind of connect on a different level than an edited video, and it's a lot more fun. I enjoy doing lives a lot more than I do edited videos, but I enjoy doing the edited videos as well. I mean, I love everything to do with coffee. No matter what I'm doing, it's coffee, so it makes me happy. Hopefully one day this will be my life and I am just doing coffee, so I'm trying to teach myself every day different recipes, different brew methods, so that way when I do open up my own shop or my own coffee trailer, I can just let the world experience my coffee as well. So any more questions?
Nope.
All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to stay tuned into the channel, because like I said, we are going to have the $700 versus $5,000 to $6,000 espresso machine. Which one is best bang for your buck, and which one I feel is better for home use? So I think most of you already know that question. I would probably go with the more budget friendly, but we will see what happens in the video. So I think we have one more question.
Yes. Bob said, will you get into roasting?
So right now I have a lot of stuff going on, but I would love to get into roasting. I know I've been watching CY, and I've watched Toon for 3 years now, and I've watched him roast on his Be More, and also I've watched CY roast on his, I think it's the M2 Sniper, I believe. I think it's the bigger model. He was outside of his house roasting, and I mean, roasting just seems like it's extremely fun, and it's just kind of relaxing, just waiting for that. It's almost like you're at a campfire and you hear that first crack, and then you just get really happy because your beans are almost done. But yeah, I mean, it would be really nice to experience roasting it myself. However, right now, I am enjoying coffee that is sent to me from Brent from Good Brothers. But yes, eventually I would like to, when I do own my coffee trailer, I would like to roast some of my own beans as well, just so I can try out a different roast from all around the world. I think that'd be cool, and to know that you roast it would be even better. So, any other questions, honey?
Let me see.
My wife's just going through the comments.
Justin said, Kaleido Sniper M10? Question mark?
Yes, that one.
And then Linda said 3D printing happening soon. M2 is smaller.
Okay, yeah, so whichever one, so CY was using, one of my subscribers, he was using one of them, and I think he said it was $2,500 US. So I'm gonna have to save up a little bit for that. And then what was the other one? Oh, the 3D printing, yes. So I actually was looking into the Ender. I ended up putting it in my cart, and then I ended up going away from it, looked at a different, more expensive model, but then upon talking to CY, he said the best bang for your buck is the Ender, so I think I'm gonna go back and purchase that one instead. So I was kind of on the fence. I didn't want to buy an extremely cheap one and then it didn't pay off in the long run. But then again, I didn't want to spend too much money because I'm balling on a budget. So, so yeah, overtime hasn't started yet for my job as of right now, which hopefully it doesn't start because I'm not a huge fan of overtime. But you know, you got to do what you got to do to support your family. So, that's right. All right, so we're gonna check one more time for questions, comments.
Looks like Bob said, just thinking that would be very nice for your cart.
Yeah, so it'd definitely be good for local too if you roast your own beans and just kind of sell those as well. But yeah, definitely looking into roasting as well. So
the M10 is big and the M2 is small.
okay, yeah, it was the M10 then. So the M10 is because I think that one's like 3.5 pounds that you can roast, as opposed to the other one I think is 400 grams, I believe. So again, this was the Kopi recipe with the coffee socks that Mr. Thomas sent. So again, a big shout out to Mr. Thomas for sending me the coffee socks and for sending me the recipe to try for you guys. I talked to him before I went on live and just kind of did the final touches on what exactly this recipe entailed, and I was pretty excited. So again, thank you guys so much for all of you who have supported my channel. It means the absolute world to me, and I can't wait to keep making more content for you guys. Watch for my next video that's going to be uploaded here soon, and I'm pretty excited for you guys to watch that one. Is that it?
There's one more.
All right, go ahead.
Justin said, any machine you want after the Millennium Mini.
For my coffee trailer, when I get everything situated and plumbed in, I would really enjoy the probably the 2-group head Slayer. So I really want to eventually get a 2-group head for my coffee trailer because it is only going to be me making the espresso and stuff. So it would be a lot more helpful to serve people faster if it got to that point. So my next machine would probably be the Slayer 2-group head machine. So that would be the next step up, I guess. So, all right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. It really means a lot to me. Again, thank you, Morgan, as well, for donating to the channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you even if you don't donate. I just am really happy that you guys are tuned in and support me. You guys are pushing me forward to reach my goal. So again, it's just so amazing. I've never done anything like this to where I've had so much support. So again, thank you guys so much for watching and look forward to my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to give it that thumbs up. There's a couple people who gives it thumbs down, but that's okay. It is what it is. But
shout out to you guys too.
Yeah, shout out to you guys as well. You guys probably aren't watching my whole video, but that's okay. So thank you guys all so much. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, join the family. We have a lot of fun things in store, and I'm working on a couple different things that would be very exciting if it comes through. So thank you guys so much for watching. Dylan with Dylan's Home Espresso Bar, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.